Hey, before you check out this video, maybe go check out the new Discord. It is in the description. Thank you, and let's get right into things.
This next one is a little bit sad and a little bit long. This one was sent to me by Fennec the Fox. You can send news stories to me at news@vicerhino.com, and that will have a chance of showing up on the stream. I almost didn't do this one because it is a bit of an older story, but I don't think we talked about it. And it's one of those things where it would be so easy to make fun of the people that fell for this, but they are the victims here, and this kind of humanizes them a bit, the way this article is written, and I like that. And I think this kind of puts on display how different the mindset is between the people on the far right and the far left, because everyone that I know that would be considered far left are very compassionate people who are like, I do not want even the most hardcore MAGA people. I don't want them to come to harm.
We just kind of want them to figure their shit out.
I want social programs to help them when they're in need. I don't want them because I want that help for myself necessarily. I want these programs in place because there's no reason, there's no real reason aside from lack of political will to have people in these difficult situations or whatever. And that gets applied regardless of political bent. It's not like only Democrats can apply for unemployment benefits. Is anyone who needs
Democrat them. Or you don't get your food stamps.
Yeah, no, anyone who we want anyone who needs food to have food. And that's that's where we come from. Whereas on the right, it hasn't always been as bad as it is now. There always has been the fringe, but it has become more mainstream for people to be like, oh no, my whole platform is just triggering the libs. I just want to make the libs mad. I want to make the Dems mad. It doesn't matter. Policy doesn't matter. I don't want to help anybody. I just want the Dems to get mad. And that is my whole platform. Like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert, they're both like that. They don't have anything to bring to the table. They just want to troll the libs.
We are here so that but you got to remember though, that's what their platform does, but the way that they sell it to their constituents is saving America from Marxism, saving America from socialism. Because of where I live,
saving America from political systems that, if they were implemented in more regulated ways, that would not funnel all the power up to the top like it did during Soviet Russia or whatever, would actually help people. People are saying they can't say the title in the thing. I know you can't see the titles because I crop it for the article, and they make their title line up with the ads. So I crop out the ads for you.
But where I live, all of the signs, when you're driving down the street, there's a shit ton of signs for Marjorie still. Mm-hmm. They're just Marjorie Taylor Greene, stop socialism now.
Yeah, so this is this article came to us from Fennec Fox, so it's news@vicerhino.com if you've got something you think I should cover. This is Trump bucks promise wealth for MAGA loyalty. Some lose thousands. I don't know if I'm going to read through the whole article. It's a long article. They interview some people that fell for this scam, but basically the idea was there were these companies that let's get the names of the companies. So it's Patriots Dynasty, Patriots Future, and USA Patriots, because everything's Patriots.
Of course it is. It's how you sell it.
Yeah, that's how you know you're a real patriot. Real patriots give your money to us, and we will send you Trump bucks. So these are this is fake currency that, if you read the fine print on their website, it tells you that it's memorabilia that has no actual value. But the way they advertise it in the videos, and they will often have an AI generated Trump endorsing it, saying, this is the best, this is the greatest. If you want to get rich, you buy these things. And then as soon as I'm president again, I'm going to make them worth, 10,000 times what they are now. Yeah. So you buy your coin for $99.99, and then you can take it to Bank America in a couple weeks, and it'll be worth $10,000.
And then it does a double whammy. So it tricks people who are vulnerable, but then it also gives financial incentive for people to vote for Trump. People who were stupid enough to believe this in the first place
Yeah, that's how the scam continues going, even after people take it to the bank and the bank tells them no. A lot of these people still believe it because they think, okay, well, maybe I couldn't get it at the bank now, but once Trump is president, he is going to make them worth money again.
Yeah.
Because he's going to like throw out the dollar and make Trump bucks the new currency, which would completely destroy the world economy, essentially, if he actually did that.
But these same people tend to be the guys who go, well, money isn't real anymore because it doesn't have the gold standard, not realizing that, like, there is no difference between the social value of gold and the social value of oil and the social value of anything else.
But gold is a real rock, though.
Yeah.
It's a real shiny rock.
Yeah.
So, and people will always find shiny rock valuable.
And if that was the case, then fool's gold would be worth money. But
well, no, because fool's gold doesn't have the same properties. Stuff, whatever. I don't know. Yeah. So again, I'm not going to go through this, but like the companies that do this are shrouded in secrecy. Like there's a third-party shipping company involved in this. What were they called? Yeah, this is a really long article, so I'm not going to read the whole thing. I forget what it is, but I looked in, like, I forget what it's called, but I looked into them, and they're basically like, their whole thing is you say, I have this business, or I would like to start this business, and I need to ship this type of product, so please find me that type of product that I can ship for this business.
Drop shipping?
Not quite drop shipping, but that was exactly what I thought when I read it as well, so, oh, there we go. There. So the website's registered with the company names Patriot Dynasty, Patriots Future, and USA Patriots. Their listed address can be traced to shipoffers.com, which is a shipping center in Aurora, Colorado. But then when you get even deeper into it, it then gets to affiliate marketers.
Oh.
Where you have like third parties promoting this and then they get a cut of it, but then it gets shipped through this shipping company in Colorado that anytime anybody complains about them, their default explanation is, oh, we don't make the products, we just ship them. And we put businesses in touch with places that ship. Like the first thing they have listed is like supplements, which that's a big red flag for me. It's like, oh, the first thing that you have listed on your website are these unregulated things where you can ship complete garbage and call it, vitamin B, and nobody actually knows if there's any vitamin B in there because it's unregulated and who fucking knows.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they've been scamming old people, they've been scamming the hardcore MAGA people, and I'm just like, it's tempting to just be like, haha, if you're going to support Trump in this day and age, kind of serves you right. But like, it's just sad. It's not even, haha, you're getting your comeuppance funny. It's like, no, the people that are being scammed by Trump have been primed to be scammed by this sort of thing because that's what Trump does. Like, he fucking sells NFTs now.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, he's priming these people to believe that this is exactly the kind of thing that he might do. So then when people come along and say, hey, Trump is doing this, it's entirely believable. So, like, I don't blame them for falling for it. Because that sounds like the kind of thing that Trump would at least say that he's going to do. Even if he would have no follow-through.
It's the whole Poe's law thing all over again. It's the stuff he says is just extreme enough where it's impossible to tell when somebody's parodying it or emulating it or if it's legitimately something that he's said. And that I can understand that creating a huge problem here because we see that issue in all kinds of other areas where people are primed to believe bullshit, like flat Earth, where you can say, any pseudoscientific bullcrap and somebody will just start believing it because, well, it's not what the government is saying, so therefore it's the same shit. And it's sad. But we see it in all kinds of areas.
Yeah, and then I've got John73 John saying, I don't have any sympathy for them. We've all been trying to warn them for 8 years. At this point, they deserve what they've asked for. Yeah, but it's not just that, like, because a lot of these people, like, these are old people who are trying to do this so that they can leave some money for their grandkids when they die. And they're taking away the money that they might actually leave to their grandkids to spend them on this scam, basically.
Yeah, the thing is that these are in fact people, and it's understandable to have no sympathy for somebody when they are doing something with malicious intent and they get their comeuppance. But a lot of times that's not what's happening here. A lot of times these are people who they're treating it the same way as a stock investment. They think that it's something that's going to happen and it's going to happen eventually. And it's worded with the same language as, like, you know, a bond would be from a bank. So why wouldn't they trust a person who they think is trustworthy? That's the other problem with Trump, is that if you're not primed for Trump, the charisma that he has, it kind of just falls off of you. You see through the shit he's saying.
So,
but
on the Cognitive Dissonance podcast, they made a good point, is that, like, Joe Biden has a lot of verbal gaffes, but he actually has a speech impediment. Like, I always forget about that, because, like, he has a stutter. He does very well to overcome it, but, like, sometimes he stumbles on his words. That's just something that happens. So what they recommended you do is read a transcript of what they're saying instead of just listening to them say it. Mm-hmm. And when you read a transcript of something that Joe Biden was saying, it's intelligent and makes sense. When you read a transcript of what Trump is saying, you have to read it like 5 times over to figure out whether or not the sentences were actually ending in the correct spots. It's complete ludicrous. Like, he speaks like someone who writes at a 3rd grade level. And like when you hear him speak, his charisma can kind of, like, he does, like, I am not personally attracted to his charisma, but it's undeniable that he does have charisma, because there are people that find him charismatic. Now, there's a certain matter of opinion there, so, like, obviously he doesn't appeal to me, but, like, if you're just reading the words that he said written down, that takes the charisma out of the equation, and this is just, let's read what they actually said. Let's read the substance of what they are saying. And when Joe Biden is speaking, he's actually saying things sometimes, whereas Trump makes no sense.
Yeah, that's the thing that a lot of people don't seem to understand. But again, this is the reason why Trump's charisma works on so many people, is they're looking at his mannerisms. If you look at most of the viral moments for Trump.
I know you meant to say mannerisms, but mannerisms just kind of made me laugh, because it's like, because a lot of times it seems like he's having an aneurysm when he's talking.
So I've always pronounced that word mannerisms. I've always pronounced it that way. But
see, this where we go. If you read the transcript of what Suris was trying to say there, it makes a lot more sense than what I actually
said. But most of the time, if you look at the moments of Trump's presidency or of his speeches or anything where he's gone viral, it is almost always something he's doing with his hands or with his face. It's usually some grand gesture he's doing where he's signaling to the audience, or he's, you know, mocking a reporter, stuff like that. That's the stuff that gets viral for Trump, not the actual words he's saying half the time. It's the cadence in which he's saying it and the context in which he's saying it. That matters a lot when talking about this shit. So it didn't occur to me a lot until you mentioned the transcript thing, just how many of Trump's moments don't actually have anything to do with the content of what he said.
Mm-hmm.
They have almost everything to do with how he said something.
Every time you read what he says, it's just nothing. He says nothing. Van Briggs is asking, does VR also have a Discord server? I do, but I'm almost never in it, and I don't have a link on me right now. But I should probably... No, I'm not going to do that right now. I should probably, like, get a permalink and just put it in something so that people can get to it easily.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, it would be.
Hey, I just quickly want to give a thank you to all of my wonderful patrons who keep this show running. YouTube and Twitch are a pretty bumpy ride at the best of times, and the stability a Patreon provides me is worth more than I can say here. I'd also like to thank each and every one of my $20 and up patrons here, and they would be Red Joker, Britzkrieg, Cameron, Dren, Jemshin, Smiling DM, Poundini, Mabbity Babbity, Naomi, Isaac, Agamotto, Jordan, Ravi, Giuni, Kiratorian, Prisma, all of you, I'm not saying that part, and Starlight. And finally, thank you to everyone else that helps keep this channel alive. While you're here, why not check out another video? And thank you for watching.